We worship O Ganesh Swami, the remover of all obstacles, impediments, the one who destroys that problems within our paths. We pray to you. Om Gajanam Bhutaganasetam Kamitajam Bhotaram Umakutam Dokamimaskaram Namami Vigneshwaraparam Om Gajanam Swa Ganapatikum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Kavasnavastamam Jitradam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatara Sridman Motiviti Tatharam Om Mahaganapatai Namaha Om Bhadratunna Mahakaya Suryakote Samaprabha Nirvikram Kuledeva Sarvakaye Sarva Gangapatai Namaha Prince Kuleshi Siddhi Vinayak Swami Ki Jai Avahayami Sthapayami Pujayami. Mahagaudi Mata. Om Sarvamangala Shive Sarvasvadhike Karanye Brahmike Gauri Narayani Namostute Shri Mahagauri Mata Namo Namaha Yadiki Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstiva Namaste 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 Namo Namaha Prem se bole Shri Gauri Mata Ki Jai. We invoke the Father of Lord Ganesh, Bhagwan Shankara. You know this in all undertakings. We should always invoke Bhagwan Shankara and not be like the Ksha Prajapati who lost his head by not inviting Lord Shiva. So we invoke Lord Shiva. Om Kaupura Gauram Karunavataram Samsarasaram Bhujagendraharam Saravasantam Vinayavinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Om Premmakam Vidamahe Sudhanve Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Vandanam Mrityurmokshe Yamamritat. Om Namah Shivaya. Prem se Vimapati Mahadev Ki Jai. Worship the Kalash, the Kalsa. Om Bhurasi Bhunasi Terasi Vishwadhaya Vishwasaguna Pritivim Yacha Pritivim Ragamha Pritivim Mahiyam Sihi Kalashasya Mukhe Vishnu Kante Rudra Samashrita Mule Tatrospito Brahma Madhya Matro Ganasmataha. Prem se bole Shri Kalashita Ki Jai. Om Valvaya Namaha. Valvita. Now invoke the presence of the Navagraha, the 9 planets. Om Brahma Murare Tripurantakari Bhanu Shate Bhumi Gurashta Gurushta Shukta Rahuvi Tamaha Sarvagaha Shanti Pravanto. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Bhaumaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Mercury. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Jupiter. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus. Om Shanishkaraya Namaha. Saturn. Om Rahave Namaha. Rahu. Om Ketave Namaha. Prem se bole Suryadino Grahadevta Ki Jai. Avahayami Sthapayami Pujayami. Touch the lady. Ask all the devotees to please take residence on my baby. Om Ramyam Sushobram Divyam Sarvasauchakram Shubham Asanam Maya Dattam Grihana Parameshwaraha श्रेयासनं समर्पयामि. Now, offer water. Start with Lord Ganesh, and any water after that. Om Ushnolakam Nirmalam Cha Sarvasaughadya Samyuktam Parapacharanathaya Datam Te Pratigrihitam Iti Shri Padhyam Arhyam Achmanam Snanam Samarpayami. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Shri Achmanam Padhyam Arhyam Snanam Samarpayami. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Suryalino Grahadevtaya Namaha. Shri Jalam Samarpayami Jalam Pratigrihitam. Om Payodhi Gritham Chaiva Madhu Shardrayutam Panchamatamyanitam Naratam Pratishnam Iti Shri Panchamatam Samarpayami. Om Panchamatam Pratishnam Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Panchamatam Samarpayami. Om Payodhikritam Chaiva Madhuchakrayutam Panchanatam Mayanitam Snaratam Pratigrihitam. Om Shri Panchamrit Snanam Samarpayami. Shodhika Snan. Yoda. Om Gange Chayamna Chaiva Uravale Saraswate Narmada Sindhu Kavere Jalasman Sanidhim Kuru. Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Lambhodakaya Namaha. Bhignataya Namaha. Shri Kirantaya Namaha. Om Shri Siddhi Vinayakaya Namaha. Shodhika Snanam Samarpayami. Om Sarvamsharike Saumya Lokalajani Vadani Mayopuparite Tupyam Vasase Pratigrihitam Iti Shri Vaspram Samarpayami. Om Sarvamsharike Saumya Lokalajani Vadani Mayopuparite Tupyam Vasase Pratigrihitam Veda Sukte Samayukte Yagyasama Samanvite Sarvavarnapada Devi Vasase Pratigrihitam Iti Shri Vaspram Samarpayami. Om Brahma Vishnu Mahesha Cha Niritam Brahma Sutrakam Yagnopavitadanina Prityam Kamalapate Yagnopavitam Samarpayami. Om Brahma Vishnu Mahesha Cha Niritam Brahma Sutrakam Yagnopavitadanina Prityam Kamalapate Navavistantu Bhiruktam Trigunam Devatamyam Opavitam Maya Dattam Grihana Parameshwaraha. Shri Navagrahadevtaya Namaha. Yagnopavitam Samarpayami. Om Yagnopavitam Parampavitram. Om Shri Suryaya Namaha. Chandraya Namaha. Bhaumaya Namaha. Budhaya Namaha. Brihaspataye Namaha. Shukraya Namaha. Shanishcharaya Namaha. Rahave Namaha. Ketave Namaha. Shri Upavitam Samarpayami. Shri Yagnopavitam Samarpayami. Brahma Vishnu Mahesha Niritam Brahma Sutrakam Yagnopavitanina Prityam Kamalapate. offering of chandan. Om Shri Khandam Chandanam Divyam Ganharyam Samanoharam Vilepanam Sureshreshtha Chandanam Pratilihitam Iti Shri Chandanam Samarpayami Ganapataye Namaha Chandanam Pratilihitam. Om Shri Krishna Shri Varnaya Namaha Chandanam Samarpayami. Om Shri Khandam Chandanam Divyam Ganharyam Samanoharam Vilepanam Sureshreshtha Chandanam Pratilihitam. So the Chandan mantra, if we say Vilepanam Sureshreshtha for male, the deities, for the devatas, and Sureshreshthe for female, for the deities. Right? Om Gandhadwara Gunadarsham Nitya Pushpam Karishni Ishwarim Sarvabhutanam Tamihupaveshyam Shri Gandham Pratilihitam Gandham Samarpayami. Om Kindly for purification. Haridra Sarvavarnabha Sarvasaubhagirayini Sarva Alamkara Mukhyami Devikam Pratilihitam Iti Shri Haridram Samarpayami. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Mahagauri Matavyo Namaha. Haridram Samarpayami Lokahayakaya Namaha. Haridram Pratigrihitam. Offering Sindhu. Om Sinduram Shubhram Raktam Saubhagyam Shukavardhanam Shubhram Kamam Chaiva Sinduram Pratigrihitam Iti Shri Sinduram Samarpayami. Urit Alna Sankasam Japa Kusum Sanibham Shri Mantra Bhushanataya Sinduram Pratigrihitam Iti Shri Sinduram Samarpayami. Offering of Durga grass. Anyone knows the number of Durga grass? You know, because you will get it right. So it said that if we offer 21 Durga grass, that satisfies your thing, right? But that's okay. We just offer now and then you parsa. Om Khanat Khanat Parohanti Parusha Parushaspare Evano Dulve Pratano Sahashrena Shatena Cha Shri Durvam Samarpayami Gam Ganapataye Namaha Durvam Pratigrihitam. Om Kana Kana Prahanti Parusha Parushaspare Evanulve Pratano Sahashrena Shatena Cha Durvam Pratigrihitam. Samarpayami. Vilvapatra, Vilvapatra. Om Trishake Vilvapatresha Shri Vilvapatram Pratilihitam. Om Kapuragauram Karunavataram Samsarasaram Bhujagendraharam Sadavasantam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Names. Om Sarvamangala Shive Sarvadya Saradhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Vyadivi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstitha Namastasye 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 Namo Namo that Param Shakti, that Adi Shakti, Durga Devi, Devi Mata in one forms. She's that one who is called Prakriti, the one who gives manifestation to the material world. So she's that one who manifested upon Sri Ganesh. Om Devi Mata Bhyo Namo Namaha. This fancy like that. We stop using matches now.
I got matches.
No, it's fine. I rather you like that.
They don't look good.
They don't look good. Can I take this? Let's look back over.
So when you get it, the bad qualities. Now everybody has to go with like that, right? Smokers and non-smokers. After the Dhupam, sanctification of the air. Om Vanaspati Rasvodhuto Gandhayo Gandhautamaha Agreha Sarva Devanam Bhupuyam Pratilihtam Shri Dhupam Samarpayami Om Mahapranamataye Namaha Dhupam Pratilihtam Om Shri Panchapal Devataji Agchaha Ishtavahayami Sarvayami Pujayami. Now going to welcome Lakshmi Mata. First, put it to the eyes of truly flame into the eyes of Bhagwan Shri Ganapati. Om Sadham Chamalate Samitam Mahinayo Samaya Devam Grihani Vesha Prayogam Nivapaham. Om Devi Pranashayami Mahaganapataye Namaha Devam Darshayami. Shri Ganesh Swami ki Jai, Shri Mahalakshmi Mata ki Jai. Om Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampadam Mama Shatro Vinashaya Depa Jyotir Namostute. Om Lam Lakshmi Bhyo Namo Namaha. Om Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayini Mantramurte Sara Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Malyani Sugandhi Malatyadini Prabho Mayani Dhani Pushpani Grihana Parameshwarah Pushpam Pratilihtam Pushpamala Samarpayami. Om Deepam Mahalakshmi Mata Vyo Namo Namaha. Shri Ashtakshmi Vyo Namo Namaha. Deepam Darshayami. प्रेम से बोले महालक्ष्मी माता की जय. ओम दीपकं भविष्याणां पायष्टं च शर्करा नानाव्यञ्जनैवेद्यं गृहाणापरमेश्वरः. श्रीनैवेद्यं समर्पयामि. ओम नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृह्यताम्. इन्वोक अग्निदेवता. ओम श्री अग्ने नमः. आगतः देशतावाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि. श्री अग्निदेवता की जय. ओम सर्वपापहरं दिव्यं गाङ्गेयं निर्मलं जलम् आचमन्यं मया दत्तं गृहाणा परमेश्वरः. One drop each time. We all join in our first Havan. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. Swaha. Om Shri Guru Charan Kamalabhyo Namaha. Om Trangurate Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Durgaya Namaha. Om Shri Panchupalekabhyo Namaha. Om Shri Dashtikpalekabhyo Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Bhaumaya Namaha. Om Om Buddhaya Namaha, Om Brihaspataye Namaha, Om Shukraya Namaha, Om Shanishtharaya Namaha, Om Rahave Namaha, Om Ketave Namaha, Om Suryani Devataye Namaha, Om Sandevataye Namaha, Sarvadevebhyo Namaha, Om Shivne Namaha, Om Sarveta Sarvevi Brahmanebhyo Namaha. Swaha. We ask Lord Ganesh, as we make this offering to you, this humble, simple offering, that you partake of it, you bless the hands that have prepared it, bless the hearts that have come to you in worship, that whatever difficulties, whatever challenges, whatever problems that we may have to face, that we do so with your grace and your blessings. Om Great Bhagwan Harishanam Payasam Sakta Naravidasamayyam Grihapalishvara Om Bhagavatunna Mahakaya Suryakote Samaprabha Nirvigham Purhideva Sarvakaye Sarva Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Bole Shri Siddhinath Swami ki Jai. Prem se bole Shri Gajanan Swami ki Jai. Naivedyam Nivedayami.
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Bhajan
से बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय।
गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। जयन्ते मङ्गलाकाले भद्रकाले कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवधात्रे स्वाहा स्वधा नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। everyone ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। प्रेम से बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। So devotees, let me say Shubh Swagatam, welcome to each and everyone to tonight our worship of Bhagwan Shri Ganesh during this auspicious period of Shri Ganesh Utsav. Utsav means a festival, a celebration, commemoration. And it lasts, anyone can tell me how many days? Normally 11 days. And the Visarjan of the Murti usually takes place on the last day. However, due to circumstances, you can do it after 3 days, 5 days, different periods. Or you need not even have a plain Murti. You can have your Murti at your mandir and so on, one in your puja room. You can puja with that as well. And you worship Lord Ganesh for this time. This morning during our satsang, I was making a comment of how the Hindu calendar is structured. To engage on any undertaking, you know what a box intersection is? Let me see those of you who drive. You know what a box intersection is? What is that? What is the purpose of it? Right. So you must make sure that the way is clear on the other side before you engage in, you enter that box intersection. So in other words, once you are caught stopping in that box intersection, no matter if the car in front of you stops, once you are caught there, you will be charged. You are supposed, the onus is on you to make sure that your way is clear. In the same way, to ensure that our way is clear, the first to be worshipped, Pratama Puja, is called Ganapati. So this period, we worship Bhagwan Shri Ganesh. And after this period, we have a period of what we call what? Pitrapaksh, where we honor our ancestors. So in any path, any direction that we're taking, we must ensure that the path is clear, first of all, worship of Lord Ganesh. Then we must ensure, or we must pay homage from where we come from. That determines the direction we go, not so? Otherwise, we'll just be going in circles. So we worship our ancestors as well. We pay homage, we give our ancestors their due respect. And after that period comes a period of what? Navratri. Navratri represents Jagat Mata, Mother of the Universe. She's that one who creates. She's the one who created initially Ganesh. She's the one who gives potency to the manifest world. So all things that are considered manifest we worship Devi Mata in that form. She's the mother of the universe. So you see how it progresses? And then after that, to engage on that path, we must also have a light to guide us. So the period of Deepavali, when Diwali comes in. And after Diwali, after we engage on that path, we must wash away all our negative karmas, the period of Kartik Snan. So the Hindu calendar is arranged in such a way. Our celebrations and our festival is arranged in such a way so that we can, is a progression of a spiritual aspirant. Understand? A seeker, we call them seekers because you seek the Lord. Bhaja Govinda, seek Govinda. Okay? So this period is dedicated to removing of obstacles in our life. And if there's anyone here who says that they don't have obstacles, you'll be telling a little figure, not so. All of us have obstacles, we all have little problems, we all have troubles, we all have various issues that we want Lord Ganesh to remove. The problem is, Lord Ganesh is not only the remover of obstacles, he's also the one that places obstacles in our path. He's called Vigna Harita and Vigna Karta. The one who removes, but also the one that places obstacles in our path. So, because the Lord has to allow everything to happen. So devotees, whenever we are faced with obstacles, we shouldn't ask the Lord to come and remove it from us. We ask the Lord to deal with it with His presence. Understand? So, obstacles we will always face. We can't deny that. We can't do anything about that. But how we react and how we deal with it, that is where divinity comes in. That is where Lord Ganesh will assist us. Will assist us in doing it. But alas, we live in a society sometimes that we want everybody to do something for us rather than we do it for ourselves. When we have a problem, we want to, first thing we go by the Pundit to get a jhari. That solves everything, right? No, jhari is just a little, it eases the pain. It doesn't solve the issue, you know. The root cause is still there, but it eases the pain and it gives you some relief. But the root cause is still there. Now, the oldest mention of Bhagwan Sri Ganapati, Lord Ganesh, it comes from an Upanishads. The Upanishads are the end of the Vedas. Very ancient, more ancient than the Puranas. The Puranas consist of stories and so on. And tonight we'll look at a little section from the Ganesh Purana. However, the earliest mention of Lord Ganesh has a particular color associated with him. What's the color we know that we worship Lord Ganesh in? Orange. We use the color orange, and orange is a symbol of celibacy. It's a symbol of those who are aspirants and who are swamis and so on. You know, they wear ochre robes. That's another color we say, ochre, not okra, O-C-R-E, ochre. That's the color. It's a sort of orange. But the earliest mention of Lord Ganesh considers him Lala Ganapati, which is the color red. The color red. The earliest mention of Lord Ganesh in our scriptures mentions that he has red clothing, red body, his entire body is red. So, you know, there are some forms that you see and his entire body is red. And many parts of India, that's the color that they worship Lord Ganesh. So anytime you see somebody putting up a red flag for Lord Ganesh, don't say that is not how we do it and you're wrong. You know, that's the quickest thing for us to see. When we see something different to what we're used to, we automatically assume that they are wrong and we are right. Not so. But what makes us right? So we have to be careful with that. Today we're going to just look at a very short story on why bread was associated with his color. We chant, Gam Ganapate Namo Nama.
Ganapate Namo Nama, Shri Siddhi Vinayaka Namo Nama, Ashtavinayaka Namo Nama, Ganapati Baba Moria. Ganapate Namo Nama, Shri Siddhi Vinayaka Namo Nama, Ashtavinayaka Namo Nama, Ganapati Baba Moria. Om Ganapati Namo Nama, Shri Siddhi Vinayaka Namo Nama, Ashtavinayaka Namo Nama, Ganapati Baba Moria. Om Ganapati Namo Nama, Shri Siddhi Vinayaka Namo Nama, Ashtavinayaka Namo Nama, Ganapati Baba Moria.
Yata Shrestha Sarvata Sabrita Shasi Kamala Mata Pata Sayamadi Vinaya Karamul Gam Ganapate Namo Nama Shri Siddhi Vinayaka Namo Nama Ashtavinayaka Namo Nama Ganapati Baba Moria. Gam Ganapate Namo Nama Shri Siddhi Vinayaka Namo Nama Ashtavinayaka Namo Nama Ganapati Baba Moria. Ganapati Baba Moria. Ganapati Baba Moria. प्रेम से बोलिए श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। एक बार शिव समयोगेश्वर ब्रह्मलोक में गए। One day, Lord Shiva was entering into Brahmalok, where Lord Brahma resides. So he is going, sometimes the gods visit each other and so on, and they go for various reasons. So Bhagwan Shankara goes to Brahmalok. उन्होंने सोए हुए ब्रह्मा को जगाया. Lord Brahma was asleep. So Lord Shiva is calling on Lord Brahma. He goes to Brahma Lok and Lord Brahma is asleep. And devotees, we all know what it's like Sunday after you eat your hearty pilau and you rock back on your hammock and you're flipping through your Facebook and YouTube and all of those things, and you just start to doze off. And you fall asleep. And devotees, that sleep that you get is something that you cherish, because everybody's quiet unless you have neighbors who like to Sunday then decide that there's a time they go to put on some old Kishore Kumar and face the boxes towards you. But it could be Kishore Kumar or any other thing. Now it's all kind of thing they're listening to. So devotees, Lord Brahma is asleep, and Lord Shankara approaches. उस ब्रह्मन ते उठकर क्रोध के साथ महाजुम्भा. What does he do? When someone awakens you, what's the first thing? You get up in a fit of anger because you enjoy your sleep. Nothing gets more cost than your alarm clock, than your phone. Not so? Now you set an alarm for all hours. We set our alarm, you have to get up 5 o'clock, so you set an alarm for 5 o'clock, 5:10, 5:20, 5:25, 5:50, 5:45, and you get up at 6 o'clock. And you're hustling. We tend to get in that, you get up in that mood of anger. So imagine you are fast asleep, you're now enjoying your sleep, you're now going to slumber, and someone come and wake you up. So the devotees, he gets up cold, he gets up angry. And the thing is, when the gods are awakened in anger, they manifest certain things. Lord Shiva, when he manifested, when the Lord of love, when Kamali awakened Lord Shiva from his devotion, Lord Shiva said, I burnt him. This is why you can't have any manifestation of love. This is why love is an emotion and not a physical thing. Understand? That is when Parvati Mata was asking for Lord Shiva to be her husband and so on. In the same way, Brahmaji is awakened. And when he's awakened, he is extremely angry that he has been awakened. उस शब्द से सभी सागरों, सभी द्वीपों तथा पर्वतों, out of the mountains, an echo started to form, and a demon or a child of Lord Brahma was formed. You see, when Lord Brahma creates, the creation process doesn't only come, it comes from his mind. You say the mind-born sons of Brahma. Creation occurs in your mind. Anything you can think about, what have you made? You made a nice dubmala. See, 2 dubmalas here. You made a nice bench. We have some good workers and so on here. You make a damtal, or you make something. Where does that first come from? Where does that creative process start? It starts as a thought. It starts in your mind. So when Brahma thinks of something, it manifests. So in anger, a form was manifested. उसके ऐसे वचन सुनकर ब्रह्मा बोले, क्योंकि तुम्हारा शरीर रक्त वर्णा. Out of his thoughts comes this big, huge, manifest form of the mountains, and he is Rakta. Rakta in Sanskrit means red. This red form, Rakta Varna, का है, अतः तुम सिंदूर नाम वाले होगे. He named him Sindur because of his red color. So this individual who is you have to say is the son of Brahma, because he created this. He has been named Sindur. Now I want to make a point here. Whenever we consider demons in our scriptures, demons or those ones that even Ravan, all demons are creation of the divine. Understand that? You agree with me? Yes or no? All demons are creations of the divine. Where did Ravan get his power? From Shankar Bhagwan. Where did every demon get their power? All the demons that Devi Mata fought, Mahishasur, Raktabij, Chanda, Munda, Shumbha, Nishumha, all of those demons are her children. But they are the children that have gone astray. And like any good mother, when your child goes astray, what you have to do? You reel them in and you deal with them, sometimes very severely. So this is what happens. So all of the created world lies within the universal consciousness of God. So when you say evil, evil can't exist separately from God. Evil exists within them. We call it evil. But there are certain things that we try to avoid, obviously, and there are certain things that we attach ourselves to. So he says, he calls him as Tum Sindur Naam Wale Hoge. Tum Tino Lo Ke Ka Akar, says that you are 3 lobes. You will be so powerful, because this is a father blessing his son. He says you will be so powerful that you will have total control over the 3 worlds. Nobody in this world will be able to defeat you. Because Sindur now asks for a vardhan. He asks for a boon. He says that, you know what? I want immortality. And devotees, that is the one thing that we are not given. That is the only thing that we are not allowed to ask for. Immortality. Because if you achieve immortality, you don't come back into the world again. You will be termed a deva, a god. So you can't just transcend that. You have to earn that. So that is not something that you can just go and you see a lamp and you rub it and you get genie come out and you say, I want immortality. It doesn't work like that. That's the one thing throughout all our scriptures. All of them searching for that Amrit. They are searching for the same thing we are searching for. All the demons. and demonesses. They are searching for that amrit, that elixir of life in total. That endless, never-ending existence. But they can't get it. That is something that is only available when we achieve moksha or liberation. So Brahma says, my son, Sindhu, you cannot get this. I will not allow you to get this because it is not available for you. What I can do is you ask for something very close and I can grant that. So you know what he says? He says, I don't want to be destroyed by any man or any animal. Sounds familiar? I don't want to be destroyed by in the air or the prithvi, in the ground. I don't want to be destroyed in the evening, in the daylight or night time. The same story as Prahaladji. And this is where many of our Puranas, they borrow from each other. Right? So the Ganesh Puran speaks about that. So he asked for these things, thinking that he covered all his bases. Everything. Like a lawyer. Right? You know, when a lawyer looks at a document, they say, right, we're going to cover all bases. We're going to do this, do that. But somehow a good lawyer, a very good lawyer, will be able to find the loophole somewhere. And so in the same manner, he says, I don't want to be destroyed by any animal or man. I don't want to be destroyed in the night or the day. I would not like to be destroyed in the inside or outside or anything like that. And this boon was given because Lord Brahma says, anything you ask for except immortality, I can give you. And he grants that. And devotees, power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. When someone is given an of power, what happens to them? It goes to their head. The ego is massaged. The ego is fed. And they grow. That ego grows like a cancer within them. And power can come from different things. It comes from wealth. It can come from position. What happens to them? They start to change. Not every single person, but most people. It happens in society. So devotees, when someone is given that little thing, they feel that they are better than somebody else. So they start to feel more powerful and they start to take advantage of that power. And they don't have time for when they came from. Sindhula started to destroy everything because he wants control. And he wants power. So he takes over the earth, takes over the nether regions, the hellish regions, and he goes and takes over Indradev, defeats him, and takes over the heavenly region as well. The three lokas, he has control over. And Brahmaji is looking, and as any father would do, he starts to give him a little warning. He says, "Hey, listen to me very carefully. What you are doing is wrong. And you will be destroyed if you continue." Sometimes you have to save people from themselves. You ever notice that? Talk to any alcoholic. Talk to any drug addict. You have to save them from themselves. They themselves don't know, they don't recognize, they don't appreciate the road that they're going down until someone has to tell them. Even mental disorders. Sometimes you have to tell someone, listen, your way of thinking, what you are thinking is not right. It will lead you, it will destroy you. You are destroying yourself. Eating diet, right? Foods and so on that we eat. All of those things. So he starts to give them a warning. He says, you will be destroyed, You are not listening. And he doesn't care because when you have so much power, you don't see anything else. That red of remember he's the color red, Sindur. That red represents bloodshot eyes as well. Eyes filled with passion that you don't see anything else. If you put on a green shades, what do you see? The world will appear green. Everything will appear tinted by the shades that you wear. If you are a negative person and you only like to deal with negativity and you like commerce and corruption and all of those things, everybody you deal with, that is how you will see them. If you are filled with anxiety, fear, everybody you will fear. Regardless of if they are fearful or not, you will feel like that. So he started to take over the three worlds. He says, तुम्हारे शरीर को सुगंधित जानकर वह गजानन तुम्हारे शरीर से अपने शरीर में मर्दन, says that you will be destroyed. Lord Brahma is speaking to him. He says you will be destroyed by none other than Shri Ganesha. Yes, I am giving you that if you continue down this path, you will be destroyed. But he had nobody to, he don't care. He has reached a stage now, there is no turning back. So now he goes to Kailash Parvat. Went to Indralok and he's assumed all the positions of all the various devatas. And now he goes to Kailash Parvat and he looks upon this beautiful gem of a woman. This female form so resplendent, Mother Parvati. And he has this great desire for Parvati Mata. But Parvati Mata, she is already the consort of Shankar Bhagwan. So it is against the laws of Dharma. And that's the other part of power. We don't study what is right. We don't study what is right. We don't think of what is moral, of morality. It escapes us when we are drunk with power. So you know what he does? When Bhagwan Shankara was not there, he kidnaps Mother Parvati. He takes her, and he carries her to his realm. But Parvati Mata, this is just all a leela, because they know what is going to happen. Just as Ravan in the Ramcharitmanas, he knew what was going to happen. All the queens told him. Angad told him, Hanumanji told him, his own brother, Vibhishan told him what was going to happen. You think Sita Mata, obviously that was all part of that leela, that separation. So in the same way, Parvati Mata allowed herself to be kidnapped. And that leela continued. And devotees, Parvati Mata now, she is there, and in that loka, or in that region of Sindura, in the presence of the demon, what happened? It says, तब उसे समय पार्वती ने अपने मन में मयूरेश का स्मरण किया. Mayuresh is another name for Lord Ganesh. She remembers that there is this powerful, her son is none other than the powerful Shri Ganesh. He is called Prathama Puja. He is the destroyer of all obstacles. He is the one who saves us from all existence. And devotees, she pays obeisance to Lord Ganesh. And she says, save me, O Lord Ganesha. I am calling out to you. You are the only one who can save me. You join in this one chant. It says, save me, O Lord Ganesha. Pahi pahi janana, Parvati nandang janana. Pahi pahi janana, Parvati nandang janana. Pahi pahi janana, Parvati nandang janana. Ekanantang janana, Anekadantam vijnana. Ekanantang janana, Anekadantam vijnana. Pari pari janana, Parvati nandang janana. Pari pari janana, Parvati nandang janana. Lambodari janana, Lambodari janana, Lambodari janana, Lambodari
पारि पारि गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना।
प्रेम से बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। तब उस समय पार्वती ने अपने मन में, in her mind, she meditates upon the divine form of Lord Ganesh, her own son, because she knows the power that he possesses. And devotees, sometimes we do not know the power someone has. We do not know their shakti, we do not know their ability, we do not know, and we trouble them sometimes. Trouble. Right, devotees? Sometimes someone may appear very docile, very unassuming, and when you really check it out, you don't want to mess with them. So she remembers Lord Ganesh, Mayuresh ka smaran kiya, tab devam Mayuresh tatakshan Brahman ka rupa. Lord Ganesh appears as a Brahman in front of Sindur. He appears as a Brahman first to try to pacify, to try to let this demon understand that, there is this individual that is seeking my help. He appears as a Brahman so that this demon has a last chance of redemption. And devotees, sometimes we as well, we need to understand that when someone appears before us, someone looks a certain way, we should pay due respect. But when again we are drunk with power and we are so enraged, we don't see that. So he appears as this Brahman in the middle, in front of Sindur, this demon. तुम तीनों लोगों की जननी पार्वती का शीघ्र मेरे समीप रखने. She asked for that protection. Parvati Mata, she asked for that protection of that Brahman. The Brahman speaks to Sindur and says, "Oh Sindur, this is your last chance I am giving you. I am giving you this final opportunity for redemption. Take it. I am pleading with you." And devotees, we get that opportunity of forgiveness, devotees. But you know what? Sometimes our heart is so cold that we don't recognize that. And that is an important part, that lack of recognition. He says, Mere vachan, listen to me. Listen to my words carefully. But Sindur does not take him on. Sindur says, "Oh, you Brahman, you fool, you murk. You have come, you don't know who I am. You don't know what I have done." That sense of ego, that elevated ego now, infused in this Sindur. And he starts to get this massive form, and he decides that he is not going to take on this Brahman. And finally, Lord Ganesh, out of that Brahman, he appears in his true form with an elephant head, the Chatur Bhuj, the 4 arms. In those arms, an axe and a noose. Well, one in some sections he has a bowl of laddu and so on. But he appears as this massive form. And it just so happened at that time that they decided to engage in a fight. Lord Ganesh is fighting for that which he values, which is his mother. He is fighting for the release, he's fighting for freedom for his mother. And Sindur is fighting because he's greedy. He's filled with greed. He wants more and more and more. And devotees, the fight of righteousness and unrighteousness is there throughout our entire scriptures. The entire Mahabharata is written on that premise, that fight, that constant battle that we face every day. What is the right thing and what is the wrong thing? And even though I know what is the right thing and the wrong thing, devotees, when do I choose to do the correct thing? Sometimes the issues of right and wrong appear so clouded Because the easy road is to take the wrong one. That's the easiest thing. The hard part to follow is do what is right at all times. And when you do what is right at all times, even the world will fight against you. And I face that in my daily life. We all face that every day. Doing the right thing, you are bombarded. And sometimes the world may speak ill of you and all of those things. But there is one thing I want you to know. Always remember. You stand firm even if your shadow is crooked. Even if that which is next to you, close to you, your friend, your family, even if they are crooked, you stand straight. You stand tall, because your shadow might be crooked, but you stand firm on the right thing to do. The issues of morality and so on. So Lord Ganesh is fighting for what is right. And that fight ensues, and this great battle occurs, and all the three lobes are shaken. And finally, approaches that hour of sunset, where it is neither day nor night. And you all know the story from the Prahlad story, not so? Lord Ganesh seizes Sindura and places him neither in the sky nor the ground nor Prithvi. He is either is Lord Ganesh an animal or man, animal or deva, neither or both at the same time. He has any animal head. So he can be identified as either, and he places him on his lap. Just like Narasimha Bhagavan destroyed Hiranyakashipu, Lord Ganesh rips him apart, and his blood, his entire body, that red, covers Bhagavan Shri Ganesh. And sense that he's that one who's associated with Sindur. Sindur. Prem se bole Shri Gajanan Swami ki jai. So sense that the color red has been associated with Lord Ganesh. So whenever you see you don't have orange flowers, use red. Red is a color that's associated with Lord Ganesh, and it is the first color that was associated with Lord Ganesh. But what more significant to that, what is the story, this wonderful story, it's an analogy taken from the Ganesh Puran. What does it tell us? It tells us certain things. That one, everything, every created thing comes from divinity. Everything in the world. So the worst person that you know, they're a child of God. Believe that? Sometimes it's hard to believe it. Sometimes when you look at someone and you see their acts and their deeds and their mindset, it's very difficult to associate them with God. But our scriptures say that, we say it all the time. Siya Rama me saba jagajani. I bow to the divinity of Shri Ram in each and every one of us. Every iota of creation has the essence of God. So when people make mistakes, they are God's children as well. They should be forgiven as well. However, the second lesson is that there are some individuals, some persons, who when they get a little bit of power, they get greedy. When they get a little bit of something, they want more and more and more. And that's the problem. But devotees, I made a little video of that. When we have to buy something, let's say when you market some store, right? And you have to buy something. You open your wallet and you see how much money you have. And then you purchase it, you buy it. But devotees, time is the only currency that we spend and we don't know how much we have left. But we would want to say that we will find the time, make the time. When I get time, I'll give you time. You're giving something that you don't have. You're making something that you don't have. You understand? We don't have time. We don't possess it. We have no idea of the quantity of time we have left. And devotees, that's the one thing we say, I will when I get time. Where will you get it from? You are allotted. It says that Brahmaji stamps your days on your forehead when you are born. Where are you going to get more time from? When I get time, make the time, devotees. That you have the time. Once you get up in the morning and you open your eyes, you are given that blessing of time. And the only time that you have is now. You don't have the future. The past is already gone. The only time you have is now. So we have to spend it wisely. I will leave you with one story about this individual. It said that Alexander the Great went to India and he didn't conquer India. And when he went there, he saw this sadhu. And he sees this sadhu and he says, Sadhu, you help me to win this war because they have elephants and so on that I don't know anything about. Help me win this war. And Sadhu says, well, what is it there for me? He says, well, I will give you gold coins. I will give you countless gold coins. You will get rich. He says, and then what? He says, well, when you get rich, you can buy property, all the property you want. He says, and then what? He says, well, when you buy property now, you will get so much power, you can have servants. And he says, and then what? He said, well, those servants can work for you and make more money. And then what? Then you can give it to anybody you want. And he says, and then what? He said, then you can retire. And he says, and then what? But when you retire, you can sit comfortably and relax. He said, but I'm doing that now. I'm doing that now. Why do I have to go through all of that? This is what I'm doing. And it is said, that's a story that is told. We don't know how true it is, but Alexander the Great never conquered India. He's called Alexander the Great, but he never conquered India. So devotees, we have to make that and get your children. Yes, they may be jumping around a little bit and a bit noisy and whatever, but get them involved in the mandir. We have to get back that teaching, the ability to learn about our dharma, because when the challenges of the world faces us, we will need Ganesh's blessings. Those children, those individuals who have an inkling of spirituality, they deal with problems better. You ever notice that? They deal with grief better. The ones who are unsure, those are the ones that struggle in life. And I can tell you from my experience. So devotees, this is just my humble message, that time, that power, the greed that we engage upon like Sindur, we will be destroyed like Sindur. And we don't want that to happen. But Lord Ganesh says, we revel in the destruction of all those obstacles in our path. Prem se bole Shri Gajanan Swami ki jai.
Let's all join and we say Swaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Swaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Guru Charana Kamala Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Suryani Nograh Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Panchmukpalayutabhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Dashdikpalayutabhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Sthanadevtabhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Gramadevtabhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Ishtadevtabhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Kuladevtabhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Vasudevtabhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Yugadevtabhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Pranaya Swaha. Om Apanaya Swaha. Om Dhyanaya Swaha. Om Udanaya Swaha. Om Samanaya Swaha. Om Bho Swaha. Om Bhuvaha Swaha. Om Swaha Swaha. Om Maha Swaha. Om Janaha Swaha. Om Tapaha Swaha. Om Satyam Swaha. Om Bhut Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe
Sugandhim Pushtivarnam Urvarukamim Vandanam
Mrityunmokshe Yamamritat Swaha. Om Shri Kala Bhairav Baba Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Ashtalakshmi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Munashprim Baba Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Sangini Baba Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Mahakali Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Nau Durga Devi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Mahaganga Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Mahatulsi Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Varhi Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Parameshwari Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Venu Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Dhaiti Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Gau Mata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Names of Ganapati. Om Sumukhaaya Namaha. Om Ekadantaya Namaha. Om Kapilaya Namaha. Om Gajnakarnakaya Namaha. Om Lambodharaya Namaha. Om Vikataya Namaha. Om Vignanashaya Namaha. Om Vinayakaya Namaha. Om Bhumraketave Namaha. Om Ganadhyakshaya Namaha. Om Bhalachandraya Namaha. Om Gajananaya Namaha. Om Krishna Krishnaya Govindaya Namaha. Om Shri Sita Ramachandraya Namaha. Om Hanumate Namaha. Shri Moshes. Om Sarvadevtabhyo Namaha. Om Sarvadevebhyo Namaha. Om Sarvadevta Sarvadevi Brahmanebhyo Namaha.
Live action.
Devotees, let us all please stand for Purnahuti. We pray as we ask that we have completed these offerings to you, Ganapati. Please absolve me from all my transgressions, and please allow me to face whatever difficulties I have to with your grace and your presence, and with that knowledge to do so. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vachyate. Om Sarvam Punamyo Namaha Swaha. Om Sarva Papa Haram Divyam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Maya Dastam Griha.
Om Vanaspate Rasodhuto Gandhayo Gadhao Namaha Agreha Samadevaram Dhopoyam Pradinahitam. Devotees reach forward and take the blessings of Namaha Kaya Suryogi Samaprabhadevi Purneva Sarvakayeshu Sarva. Om Garam Swa Ganapatikum Havamahe Nagankadhina Pamatsavassamam Jeshtamadam Brahmanam Brahmaspataram Srimad-Vabhiri Samaram Ekanaya Vimahe Brahmatunaya Dhimahi Tanno Bhakti Prachodayat. Dem Sevai Shri Ganesh Swami Ki Jai. So while offerings are continuing, devotees, we join in Aarti. Om Sajam Chamarte Samyuktam Vahinayojitam Moya Deepam Grihana Devesha Nayogyam Tirapaham. Jai Jai Deva Mangala Himayati. Krishna